Hi there, Malcolm here with my 146th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you my best 10 reads of 2021. As with any list made by people, this is a personal list to me. I'm not saying these books are good necessarily, I'm just saying that out of all the books I read last year, these are the ones that gave me the most enjoyment. And with 10 books to get through, let's get cracking. So first up is a Wreath of...
Number 10.
What? Really? Oh dear. So first up is A Wreath of Stars by Bob Shaw. Yes, it's a reread, but it had been long enough that I'd largely forgotten the content of this story. And this science fiction novel chronicles the events of the planet Earth colliding with another planet in a slightly different dimension. Like with most Bob Shaw books, some really clever ideas in here, and I just love the way the story unfolded. And then...
Number 9.
It's Star Wars Mall Lockdown by Joe Schreiber. One of the few authors in the Star Wars universe willing to take things further than the PG rating. Good mystery in here, and though not necessarily a likeable character, Maul was certainly enjoyable enough to watch throughout the story. Arguably not as good as Death Troopers or Red Harvest, but still a good fun read.
Number 8.
Yep. Diamond Mask by Julian May. This is book 2 of the Galactic Milieu trilogy, or book 7 of the series overall. Another reread of a series I love an awful lot. It's only the second time I read it, and again I'd forgotten a lot of it. Just really enjoyed reading it from page 1 all the way through. Very satisfying, very moving, and one hell of a twist at the end.
7.
Star Wars Honor Among Thieves by James S.A. Corey, best known for their Expanse series. I mentioned this one a lot in my mid-year freakout last year. At the time it was the best book I'd read. Just an awful lot of fun and a good all-round Star Wars adventure.
Number 6.
Star Wars Ambush at Corellia, book 1 of the Corellian trilogy. Having just suffered through the dreadful dross of the Black Fleet crisis, this was a refreshing change. Honestly felt like watching another Star Wars episode, not a Disney one obviously. All the characters had purpose, and having subsequently read the other 2 books, I can tell you that the trilogy turned out to be excellent.
Number 5.
My Non-Identical Twin by Evie Meg, also known as This Trippy Hippie, with the subtitle of What I'd Like You to Know About Living with Tourette's. And yes, this is mostly about Evie's life and interests and family and pets, but there's also an awful lot in here about how to live with mental health issues, or how to be a neurodivergent person, and that it's okay to be a neurodivergent person.
Number 4. It's 4 now.
Firefly, The Ghost Machine by James Lovegrove. So far all the Firefly books have been excellent and really do feel like episodes from the series. This one was no exception, but really did a very good job of unpicking all the characters and just helping the reader get to know them that little bit better. Absolutely love this one.
Number 3.
Captive Universe by Harry Harrison. Another reread, and another one I hadn't read for a long time, so I'd forgotten a lot of it. Just a really clever unfolding of a story. Takes you in directions you don't expect. Deals with lots of very pertinent issues relevant to today. From a science fiction author who was well ahead of his time.
Number
2.
2.
The Relic by Lincoln Child and Douglas Preston. Basically a monster is loose in a museum. A really good thriller. Another reread. I think I appreciated it even more than I had last time I read it. Very eager to get my hands on book 2.
Number 1
is June by Frank Herbert. Before the first half of the film came out, I was very eager to reread it, and my wife was very eager to read it for the first time, and so I read it to her. And we were both very surprised how something written in the 1960s felt like it could have been written today. This is aged absolutely beautifully, and considering the amount of content in here, this was a surprisingly easy read. This is well worth being one of those science fiction books that I talked about and referred to over and over again. We enjoyed the film as well. So there we go, there's my top 10 reads of 2021. Do you agree with any of those? Or do you disagree with any of those? Comments below please, but as usual, if you have nothing nice to say then please keep it to yourself. Thank you, and until next time, see you later.